Hello, everybody. It's 2:59. So we're just gonna sit here, hang out for a minute while everybody gathers, and then we really will kick this off at 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock Pacific, just to really respect your time. And we've got a lot to cover. So we don't want to wait too long, but we do want to give people a chance to kind of get online on our socials. You might be watching us on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or Twitter, wherever you are watching from. We're excited to have you here. My name is Camille, and I'll be introducing our guest in a minute. Please feel free to post a comment with where you are watching from, whether you are watching live or watching the recording. We'd love to know where you are checking in from. And okay, now officially on with the show. I would like to introduce Charn Pennewaert. Boy, I hope I got that correct. Most important, Charn is with MediaStream. She is the founder and CEO of MediaStream, and I have personally known her and worked with her. Oh my gosh, has it been about 3 years now? Maybe even longer?
Yeah, it's very exciting.
She's my online marketing guru, my go-to person for, especially for Instagram. I have a new personal website, by the way. I know, imagine I'm branching out from the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, and Charn is the one who created that website for me. Charn, there are so many other things I could say about you. And for example, right, I could talk about your martial arts and how that really aligns you with leadership in the holistic industry as well, and how that really just let me know that we have that synergy and that synchronicity from the very beginning. What would you like to add here at the beginning of our presentation on the ins and outs of online marketing?
Well, thank you, first of all, for having me. I'm very excited to be speaking to everyone. I think we're everywhere. We're going to be we're on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram now, so and Pinterest through the HCC. So excited to say hello to everyone, and do send in your comments, because we're kind of seeing them come in, and I'd love to say hello to everyone. I'm in Newport Beach, California right now. This is my little hometown. I've been here like pretty much all my life, but today we're going to be talking about ins and outs of online marketing. And I've been a serial entrepreneur since I was 19. Actually, I would have to go all the way back to age 7 when I was working at my mom's restaurants. You know, they put me to work early, and I'm so glad I did, because, you know, the invaluable experience dealing with people, understanding business, and you know, it's all about your experiences and your connections, right? And over the years, you know, I've just realized, wow, you know, we need to get focused on online marketing, especially with all the changes and everybody moving from even websites to mobile, and a lot of activity online. And if you're not online, you should really try to consider, you know, there's going to be many ways that I'm going to be introducing that, you know, during this presentation. But yeah, very excited. I am the CEO of MediaStream, and I have several different types of clients. I have coaches, speakers, authors, organizations. I deal with small and big companies. I think everybody has value, and I work personally with all the different companies, because, you know, there's no cookie cutter, you know, solution to marketing. You know, every business is different. So depending on what you're doing and what you're targeting and what you're offering, we really need to tailor that solution to your needs. So I really meet with all the clients, and I hit a gold mine when I discovered the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, and met you a few years ago. You know, of course, with the COVID, everything changed, and And I just discovered that, hey, where are my people? I am a holistic practitioner myself. I've been practicing and teaching Aikido, which is samurai martial arts, for the past 22 years. And through that, I've met a lot of holistic practitioners. And one of my students was a doctor. And so through that, it kind of threw me into the holistic world. And when, COVID hit and I had to pivot, right? Everybody had to do that. I realized, hey, I need to find a holistic community. And the Holistic Chamber of Commerce was the number one thing that came up. I'm like, hey, that's where they all are. So I need to connect with them and try to give them value and try to find ways to offer solutions to everyone. So here I am, years later, and excited to present today. So welcome everyone. Hello. We got 3 thumbs up and quite a few number of people joining us. So thank you, Camille. I was trying to keep it short, but I failed on that end.
When you have so much, I don't want to talk about what that might mean about our ages, that we have so much experience to bring to this topic. For those of you who are here and watching, I want to let you know that we are going to be touching both on websites. So your website, which is kind of the foundation of your online presence, but also social media presence, because there are a lot of ways to work your social media these days where your website, I still personally highly recommend having a website, but I know there are ways to be successful where you're really just working 1 or 2 of your socials. And it's amazing what you can do with modern technology. And so we'll be talking about all of that. And that being said, Charn, take it away.
All right, I'm going to kick this off today. Hello. I just want to say hello to Linda, Russell, and Nancy, and Jamie from Jamie Boswell. I don't know where you are at, but hello, Tirsa, as well. So hello, thank you. I have a nice little slideshow. Going to keep it simple. And offer as much value as I can during this time. So, what are we going to be talking about? I'm going to keep it to 10 tips in and outs of marketing. First off is we're going to cover the website, creating value and content, understanding audience, right? Understanding SEO and backlinks, as well as creating email lists, getting reputation management set in place and understanding the value of that. Adopting new forms, and we'll get into that. Influencer marketing, micro influencers, what's that compared to celebrity influencers, and also engaging with other content. It's important to contribute back. You can't sit back and just think, oh, I'm going to get all these likes, but I'm not going to give back. And I'm all about giving back. I think it's so important that we collaborate, we communicate, we work together, and that's what I love about the HCC. And obviously, we can't do it all. So automating this process of communication is so important, because I literally have office hours on my website from 10 to 4, because at 4 p.m. I check out and I do Aikido, because that's how I balance, right? You can't just burn yourself out and work 12 hours. And I know some of you guys are guilty, but you got to be able to set things up and let it run, and enjoy your life and do what's passionate for you, right? So I'd like to keep things fun. I think it's important. It keeps things going, and keeps everything exciting. So we're going to talk about websites. Obviously, I built websites, e-commerce website, WordPress websites, all different kinds of landing pages. And it's important when you're having a website that it is really the window to your business. That's where you create trust. And for me, the number one thing is trust. Once you have a client that trusts you, once you build a website that shows trust, that you know what you're talking about, you're an expert. When they land on your website, they understand exactly what's going on. It's user-friendly, you're professional, it's Google-friendly on the back end. You've got all those keywords and SEO and stuff going on. You got to be good friends with Google, because they're the ones that are monitoring what behavior is happening on your website. So the longer people stay on your website, the better your SEO, obviously. And of course, you want things to load fast, right? Everybody has ADHD. It seems like nowadays attention span is really short. you've got pretty much 7 to 8 seconds to really capture an audience when they land on your homepage, when they navigate through your website. It's got to load fast, it's got to be responsive. I know some of you guys are guilty where I land on your website, I still have to kind of pinch out the size of the font, and I can't see stuff. So whenever I have to work that hard, I lose trust in that business. I'm like, I'm not going to hang around. And so you got to build trust, on your website. So we're specifically talking about that. And there's many ways. You don't have to build a huge website to have presence. You just have to have the basic pages. The home page has to be little snippets of, a summary of what you do, and it has to be able to link to the different other pages that are very important. Only put important stuff on your website. You don't want to clutter things. I find that when I land on a website and I understand exactly what messaging, and there's not things that are jumping at me all the time. In fact, those newsletters that bombard me when I first jump on a website annoy the heck out of me. For me, I like to set the timing so it doesn't go on until I go on the second page. So those little things really create trust. And this is your opportunity to meet your client, to show off what you know. And so very important. And that's what we focus on when we build websites, keeping it simple, user friendly, Google friendly on the back end. You have all these platforms that are like, oh yeah, you can build your websites so quickly, but they don't really get into the detail of, hey, to pay attention to the title tags, the meta description, the feature image, the keyword, how many times you use the keyword within the content. So there's a lot of aspects that's involved in when you hire a web designer. It doesn't have to be myself. When you do hire a web designer, you want to be able to understand that you want to know that, hey, not only do I want the website on the front end to look good, hey, do you understand SEO? Because I want to be found, So let's go on to the next slide. Do you have a question, Camille?
I just wanna add, because I see this so often. You get to somebody's website and you're not quite sure what to do. Or you see where to sign up for their email list. That's an obvious pop-up that shows up all over the place. But where do you find the list of products or services so you can actually go and make a purchase today? And
Right.
I continue to be surprised by, I get to a website and I see where to sign up for an email list, but I'm all ready to actually make a purchase. And that is not easy to find. So sometimes it's really surprising how the basics slip through the cracks. And so I'm a big fan of it can be very simple. I know that our Holistic Chamber of Commerce website has a lot going on, but my personal website, it's there to sell artwork, and that's what it does, right? It's not, so what is your website about? And make it easy for the people who land there to find what they're looking for.
Yeah, so it's very important, navigation. That's what we're talking about. How can they navigate through your website? Again, I'm going to say on the homepage, you want a little, let's say you have 3 services or offerings. You want to have a little box or 3 columns. You want to have a nice image, a title, a short description, and a learn more. And that should take you to an inside page that tells you everything about that service. And of course, you want that in the main menu as a drop down or as a mega menu so you can see it. And you want to be able to offer many ways for people to get to your services. And also, once they decide, be able to take that call of action, right? And check out and contact you. Those are very important pieces that you should focus on. And for me, I find that a good website, these are the pages: homepage, about page, services page, maybe a contact page for sure. And even if you have a testimonials, you can sprinkle a few testimonials on the homepage. You don't need a whole dedicated page for testimonials. People get it after the 3rd testimonial. They can trust you. They're seeing the reviews. And so I keep it to 5-6 pages at the max. Of course, there's that opportunity when you have blog articles to really capitalize on SEO and focus on keywords. And that's when you start dripping in, value and content, which we'll go to next. Okay. All right. as I was saying, creating value in content. Now, there's many ways you can create content. Um, Obviously, vlogging, video marketing, capturing a short organic video just from your phone. I have the iPhone. Sorry, I'm going to cough a little bit. Oh, got that nut stuck in here. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So I invested in tools, and this is not that expensive for an iPhone 13 Pro. It's got with a great camera. You can capture great videos. It can focus on your face and then blur the background. A blogging light, a ring light that can put your camera on. If you capture videos that way organically, people are going to gravitate to that more than an ad. In fact, the rule of thumb is jab, jab, punch. You don't want to advertise every post what you're doing. You want to obviously show your expertise, right? And the way to create value is, first, for me, I do SEO research. I kind of look at my audience and said, what do they want to know? And I create a whole list, and I do research the terms, the keywords that people search to find that content. And I create the content, and I pretty much sprinkle it consistently. And whether it be a blog article, whether it be a video, whether it be a guest spot on a podcast. So you want to stick to that content and just explode with it in many ways. But video blogging, consistently, I would say try to drip out a new video every week. Try to put out a monthly blog. I like bi-monthly blogs, and just stay focused on the content. Make sure it's what your customers or your client wants. Oftentimes, you see people writing about stuff and you're like, no one cares about that. Do some research and figure out what they want, right? And then they'll be connected, they'll get excited, and they'll want to share. So easy ways, to create that video. Again, with just an iPhone, that's what I use. I get a little tripod. I do the video ring light. I have a Bluetooth mic, which if anybody's interested, I can give it to Camille. You can click on the link and order that. The Bluetooth mic is amazing. It captures like 15 feet distance. Your sound quality is excellent. So I recommend that to all my clients to produce their videos that way. Any questions, Camille, for that?
No, but if you give us a link, we'll be
Yeah,
happy to share it in the thread, and we will also send it in an email to everybody who registered for today's event.
perfect. Thank you. Yeah. Next, show up where your audience is. You really don't need to be everywhere. I mean, social media, creating content is a lot of work. And, luckily for us, we have a huge staff, at the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. I take care of the Instagram for the Holistic Chamber, and you have people that take care of the Pinterest, and Camille's just a LinkedIn rock star. So everybody has their focus. And, this way you can create great content because you're focusing on that channel and where your audience is. I love Instagram. I can be super creative with that. I can do stories, I can do Instagram TV, I have posts, I have links, and it's just so much fun. I can put videos up, and it's always changing. All the different tools that are on Instagram make it very, for me, engaging. And creating content that's engaging is really important. So I know where my audience is. I know they're on Instagram. But when I first came to Holistic Chamber of Commerce, I was looking at the audience. I'm like, a lot of them are on Facebook. So we got to keep that active and make sure, some people don't even have an Instagram account. They don't even know how to navigate that. So we want to be able to, fill that bucket of, Facebook users, and then fill that bucket of Instagram. Because Instagram used to be just for kind of young people, but now a lot of brands and businesses are really getting into Instagram. So it's important to be there too. So, and I look at my clients whenever, I start with an account, I figure out where their audience is. And some accounts, they don't even want Instagram or Facebook. They're completely business, and they're just on LinkedIn and Twitter. So that's where I focus, and create content for that. So very important, you know, when you are creating content that you know where they are and you deliver and you're consistent. And let's go into backlinks. I don't think a lot of people understand what backlinks are, and it's part of the SEO framework. SEO is search engine optimization. So if somebody types in a keyword, you want to be showing up first on page one, because after page one, it's like the percentage goes down of how people engage with your website and want to learn more, right? And so for me, backlinks are super important. And what it is just a link on a website that has a lot of users and traffic that link back to your website. So I love the fact that the Holistic Chamber of Commerce is backlinked to mediastreammarketing.com, because you know you have a lot of people going to, you know, Holistic Chamber of Commerce, it links back to mine, and automatically it starts boosting up, you know, my SEO value. So whenever I have a new account, I kind of look at I do a little search. Where is your business found currently? Is the information about your business accurate? Because Google will penalize you if you have the wrong telephone number, the wrong address, things like that. So you want to find out where you're listed. And if you are not listed on those main directories, Yelp, you know, your Google page, My Business page is not accurate, or it's not totally optimized. If you can be on outstanding associations like the HCC and let's say the Chiropractic Association, there's a lot of free listings and then there's paid listings. So you want to be able to, you know, there's a whole list of like the top 50 citations that you can create your business on. So you don't want to create a citation or a directory listing on a website that doesn't have a lot of traffic, because that actually penalizes you and drops your SEO. So, you know, that's why you need an SEO strategist. It's important because, you know, I tend to work more with organic marketing. So it's a long-term plan, but over the long term, if you've got the strong SEO and links everywhere, you're always going to be on page one. You know, there's going to be everybody trying to fight for it. That's where you have to always, you know, produce that content and value. But backlinks are the links from high quality website that link back to your website. Super important for optimization. Okay, and I did, when I first joined the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, I optimized my profile on HCC. I went in there and I filled out every freaking information that was on there. I put in my logo, all my categories, my keywords. If it said, you know, up to 500 characters or words for, you know, describing who I am, I went ahead and I filled to the max, 500. You know, that was because it's an opportunity, right? And so if you put all your links in the HCC directory and all that, it links back to you. You're gonna, you know, not have to worry about advertising later on, because that is a way to boost your online presence. So
that was part of our goal with the setup,
yeah,
was that we could have the strong reputation of Holistic Chamber of Commerce for our directory, but that our members would all get enough backlinks through their profiles that it would also be, I call it an SEO booster shot, because
that's
of
right.
all of the backlinks that you can have. And in terms of my backlink strategy or our HCC backlink strategy, one of the reasons we're on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, right, is backlinks for those platforms then show up to boost our SEO and make
That's
us
right.
consistently showing up, you know, front page results on Google, which has a ripple effect for all of our members.
Right. And, you know, I would have to say Google My Business page is super important for any business. You don't have to list your business address. There's a little check mark where it does don't show your address, but you should have a Google My Business listing. Put in the logo, the description, because that's an opportunity there already. Just to put back to, you know, what you do, you can post on Google if no one ever knew, put offers. You can definitely put all your videos, your pictures, because people are on their phones. You know, the more directories that you're listed on, high quality ones, the more you're going to be found. So very important. All right, building your lead list. I love collecting emails. I put out campaigns on ads, and contact lists are gold because that's the way you nurture that relationship, right? You're not going to sell it the first time that you get that contact, but over time you drip out content, provide value information, show your expertise. Once in a while you drip out a special offer, but you got to be consistent with that. Camille had mentioned, just because you have people on your list, you have to send out those emails, right? It's super important. And there's, I use MailChimp in the past. I now use Active Campaign, which is actually a CRM tool, which we'll get to later on. It's a customer relationship nurturing tool that you can build like a drip campaign of emails. So if somebody, you write that intro email, welcome, and then if they click on a particular link, you can see that, and you can add them to a different list where you can communicate later on and automate another series of email drips. So it's you see big companies do it, but smaller companies or even a one-person operation can do that. So don't think that, oh, I have to hire somebody who's going to be like $2,000 a month or to handle this. It's actually, you can do it. It's not that hard, and they have videos to show you how to get started. They have a chat person that's always on live that you can ask. I bugged the heck out of them when I first started with Active Campaign. When I was growing up, my dad always said, hey, there's no stupid question. If you don't know it, ask and you'll learn, right? We're always learning every day. So super important to drip out content via your emails. Start collecting them, do ad campaigns, or when you're in an ad event, oh my gosh, get that, sheet of paper if you need to. Start collecting the emails, give them a special offer in exchange for that. Don't miss out on that, because the follow-up is really important when you have building a relationship. Next, online reputation. There's many ways to definitely put in reviews, and reviews are like SEO gold. When you have a business, it's important to create that Google My Business page, and then ask your clients after they've had a successful experience with you. Don't wait too long, because when they're happy, that's when you want to get them. I literally sit with them and I say, hey, would you mind? I'll show you how to log in. I'll even create a short link. I'll email it to you. All you have to do is tap on it. It'll take directly to the reviews page. It doesn't have to be a long review, whatever you feel you want to add. So I do that for all my businesses, and it works. I mean, if you look at a competitor, they have 5 reviews and you have 25, you're going to rank much higher than somebody that only has 5. So that's the number one rule. Go get reviews. Okay. You can get them on Facebook as well. They're called Facebook recommendations. You can get recommendations on LinkedIn. Every time I have a successful client I'm working with, even when we're in progress, I'll ask him. And I don't have a problem giving back reviews as well. Honest reviews are very important because it builds trust. The first thing people do when they learn about your business or want to go to a restaurant or anything, they're going to gravitate to the reviews. And again, that strong backlink is good. Of course, Yelp, not my favorite, but there is Yelp out there. So just a little tip for everyone is, don't get all your people to jump on Yelp to write a review right away. And they should, Yelp everybody has an algorithm, right? They don't want it to be spammy. So make sure when you ask for reviews that you drip it in, maybe 2 a day. Don't throw in 10 a day, especially in Yelp, because it gets filtered. I remember working for an SEO company, and we got an account for a client, and they're like, okay, we got a new account. First thing we need to do is actually go and review other businesses, make friends on Yelp, and everybody space out your reviews. Don't everybody jump in and write a review, because it's going to get blocked and filtered out. So, but yes, please, it's a free thing. Go and get reviews from your clients. It's going to help your business. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, I got a video review from a client. Well, video reviews are great. You can put it on your website because it keeps the client on longer on your website to watch the review. But really what is important for the long term is to get the Google, Facebook, and LinkedIn and Yelp reviews in. Okay. and try to make a plan of that, Okay, next, adopting new forms, not forms. I'm missing a U in here. So sorry, my bad. All right. So I have, there's many different ways, not one way that leads to Rome. So I have people that are like, do you know about podcast guest appearances? Yes, that is the hottest thing coming up right now. You should definitely try to consider being a guest on many of the podcast forums, one of which is called matchmaker.fm. Literally go there, get a free account, put in your profile, create a bio, and all these podcasts shows will want to reach out to you. And you can upgrade. I believe it's like $45 for a month. I'd had an author who was she had a pro account, and she got 30 podcast guest appearances within a month. And she is so busy. Just being a guest and being on the podcast again creates that backlink back to your website. It creates great content. It keeps you relevant in the space. Very and join online events like with the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, because you guys are running events day and night. I mean, there are multiple events. I think there's another event going on right now. Actually, I recall in Charleston, Holistic Chamber of Commerce. I believe I posted this morning. They were talking about AI technology. I mean, there's so much that you can jump in on, be involved. And through events, actually, I found a lot of great accounts. I connected with a lot of people. So it's really fun also. So think about that. Go to the directory page, right, for events under the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. If you are a member, you should go there and check it out. If you're not a member, join, and you'll find a bunch of events there. And I know you want to say something, so go ahead.
I do, because if you are a member, then you can be posting your events on our public member events page. So one of the things I'll include in the follow-up is the video for how you can log in and post your events. For those of you who are members, you can do that right away. And for those of you who aren't members, well, sign up and you'll be able to do that too.
All right. Okay, so growing a reach, that's it. Adopt new forums, not new forms. Next, let's talk about connecting with micro-influencers. What's a micro-influencer? It's a person that has developed a huge following organically on social media. They're not celebrities, but they are celebrities, in the eyes of their followers. They're trusted experts of what they are selling or promoting. And nowadays you see, foodies and having over 135,000 followers and so forth, and they're called micro-influencers. So I always try to look for people who are active. For example, I have some wellness centers that I represent. So we would invite some micro-influencers to come in and have a free, experience at the business, like a free massage or whatever. And then they would write a story, they would tag the company or the business, and then you could share it. They shared it into their portal, social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram. And it's just a great way to drive traffic and also grow your reach, really. So I love connecting with influencers, and sometimes you don't even have to pay them. You just give them something free, a free service, a free product, a free thank you, a free guest blogging opportunity on your website. Be creative, because, it's you got to stand out of the crowd sometimes, and because there's just so much content that's being dripped out every day. You want to do something that's unique. And so that's a really good way to reach out with micro influencers. And next slide, be engaged to grow your reach. I think it's important that you spend a little bit of time on whatever network you are, and just like and share and comment and give back to other people that are working as hard as you are, to help them. And believe me, when you do comment and you put your link in the comment or you do share, it comes back. It's all karma. everything comes back. So take some time to give back. Even if you are a Holistic Chamber of Commerce member, and check out other members, see what they're doing, like it and comment, and you can always DM each other and say, hey, would love to do a joint thing with you, a collaborating event. It just starts, what's going on. So I spend a little bit of time doing that, and you'll get great following too, because what I do sometimes is I'll just go on Instagram and I'll look at somebody's profile who's a wellness practitioner, and I'll just comment, I love this, thank you for the information. And I'll start liking a few of their posts, and all of a sudden they become my new follower. And then they want to know more about the HCC. Camille?
So one of the things we've started doing is a member of the day post. And one of the things that's really easy and nice about that is we're just finding one of our members who's already got some content. Maybe they've made a post of their own on their page. Maybe they've got a newsletter on their website, but it allows us to share content and look good in the influencer world without always having to write a new article of our own. So, I mean, think of that engagement with others as a way to make them look good and improve your connection with them, but also it allows you to make a post for your audience without having to spend the time, right, creating a whole new article. So like there are easy ways to do this without having to spend a lot of time, especially for solopreneurs. You might feel like, really, something else to add to my list? No, keep it easy, and it will be good because it will grow your engagement with others, and that creates that real win-win.
I do find that's very true, Camille. If you look at some outstanding channels, they're always reposting. Tag us and we'll repost you. And that's what we do with the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. When people tag us and they're members, I definitely repost. And sometimes I'll add it to the story. Sometimes I'll add it to both, because, it's content that's already out there and our members want to know. So for those of you who have events, who have a service or a special offer, feel free to tag, the Holistic Chamber, and I'll see it. And, we all see it actually. So we'll be able to share that. Super important. Of course, we give, a dedicated time for our sponsors. Many of our sponsors have dedicated, some, time into growing their portfolio. So thank you for all our sponsors. And there's a number of them on the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. But even our members get featured. So don't be shy. All our presidents get featured. So reach out to us. I'm on Instagram. I literally check it like 6, 7, 8 times a day. So be active, and we'll help you grow. Okay. Next, automating your process. And again, I had mentioned earlier, customer relationship management tools. I use ActiveCampaign. Super important. So whenever somebody clicks on a link or subscribes to your email and your website, you want to not just send one email. You want to be able to create an automated process so that you don't have to be on the computer 24/7. It automates it. When somebody sends in their email, it sends out a welcome, and then after they click on one email, maybe you can time it where next week we'll send out another email about our latest events. And then in another week, it'll drip out another email about our special offers, special products. And so my favorite, again, is ActiveCampaign, and you can load up all your contacts and do that. MailChimp is another way, but I found ActiveCampaign works better for me. All right.
So I'll just pipe in with, we use Constant Contact. We have since the very beginning. Our members can get a discount with Constant Contact. So, and that's something else that I can include in the, oh my gosh, I don't know how much I have committed to including in our follow-up email, but I'll do my best.
Yes. So yeah, I know Constant Contact, iContact. There's a lot of different email managers, but Constant Contact was something that I used for quite a bit for a long time as well. So It's and when you send out emails, don't send out really long ones. I always try to just, have a nice banner, an intro. Images are great because it tells the story, the title, and a short excerpt, and then learn more. Click on the learn more. It takes you where you need to go. People are really just reading headlines right now, so because they don't have time. So it's a really good way to keep them engaged, but don't put too much on a newsletter. I think keeping it simple, you'll get much more activity and engagement that way. So let's now jump into a few websites that our company has done for the past few years for the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. One of which was painteressence.com. And we have Karen Sack here, and she came to us, and I met her actually at the Holistic Chamber of Commerce 10th anniversary event. We kind of chatted, and she's such a great artist. She's got so much energy, so easy to work with, but she had a website that was outdated, and then she was also selling her artwork on another platform, and so we kind of cleaned up and talked about the branding, what colors she liked, what she wanted on there. So if you visit her website, she's really happy with it. She's getting a lot of her workshops and her classes and promoting, and she's really active with articles as well. So I love her. You should check out her website, and it's something that we love doing for our members. Next up is a doctor of mine from Dr. Kelly Miller. He's the Amazon bestseller author of Saving Your Brain and also founder of 3 Saving Your Brain centers. He was introduced to us by the Master Circle. They're an organization that helps with chiropractic marketing, and I do consulting. So I consulted for the Master Circle and did their marketing for a little bit. And then, referrals do a great job. And again, karma, it always comes back. So I got Dr. Kelly Miller as an account, and I introduced them to the HCC. I said, you got to be on here. And they're amazing. You can do events, you can promote your services. Everybody needs to know about anxiety, sleep, the brain. And so we built the website for him. And then after that, we built a few more websites for him because, these entrepreneurs, they have so many different businesses. So it's nice to be able to kind of package it all together, but it's a clean website. You land on it, you see all the services, you can buy products, and he runs a lot of events. So we keep everyone engaged through that way. So that's always cool to do. And my favorite, the brand new one, we just completed this for Camille. Camille, I love this website. I think it we asked you what colors you like. You said fuchsia. And I thought, okay, let's take her artwork and really make it like gallery, bigger than life, and tell me about it. You have 3 collections, right? You have the Mustard Seed Miracles, you have the Googly Eye Friends, and then the Signature Collection. And I love the Poppy in Love one. You see the 2 girls on there looking at that big canvas. But you know what, guys? That wasn't actually in a gallery. If you use platforms like canva.com, you can actually take your work, and they have really smart ways to put your product and instantly create a graphic that looks amazing. So we actually took a lot of Camille's artwork and turned it into a gallery format, showcasing the different collections. And it's on a GoDaddy, GoCentral website platform. So, we design WordPress websites, but if for those who are wanting to have, the ease of, GoDaddy, GoDaddy is really simple to manage. After we build a website, we always kind of come back to the owner and say, hey, you got to know how to update this unless you want to pick up on our services. But, for me, I was an entrepreneur, way young. And I'm the type of person that I like to delegate, but I also need to know everything. I need to know how things are run. And as a business owner, you should be able to log into your website, update the information, have access, understand how it works. And so that comes along with our service. Every time we design something, we always, shoot a short video so that you can know how to log in and out and change all the different aspects of the website. So I love Camille's website. It shows everything about you. Gives a
So
little snippet.
I'm gonna just say, first of all, I love, 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 love this. I can't even tell you how long I was like, oh, I'm gonna design my website. I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'll get to it. Oh my gosh, let me just tell you. And last December, I said, no more. If I want a website, I need to hire somebody, and I hired you. But for any of you who are looking for a webmaster, I think this is a really important thing: is you need somebody who will design your website, but you can log in. What happens when it's a holiday and you realize you want to run a holiday special? You've got to be able to log in and make that little update yourself, even if it's only going to be up for a day or 2 days. You know, your webmaster might be on vacation or working with other clients. So that is something that I really appreciate about you, Charn. We also have other webmasters who are members, and they do similar things. So whenever you're looking for this type of a service, just check, right? Am I going to be able to log in? Will you, show me how to make at least basic updates? I don't know that I want to do any of the extensive ones, but, and another plus I think with you is we were able to just have the website designed, right? You didn't put me into a long-term contract. And I know there are some people listening who that's what they want, is they want that long-term service. But for me, my big gig is the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. For this website, I was like, I need to get something up, right, and available for people, but I don't need that long-term commitment that is coming out of my personal pocket. Just
Yeah,
FYI. Right? So
absolutely. I mean,
thank
it's what
you.
you
And it
need,
was so
right?
affordable. Anyways,
Right. We try to make it affordable. We have monthly plans. People can pay a deposit, and then we work out, how much you can pay per month, because, our end goal is to help you, and get you up and running. A lot of times people do try to do it themselves, and it takes much longer. It doesn't look professional, and they don't really understand what they're doing. So what we're doing is we're helping them, and also educating them, empowering them to take over their business and be in control, right? And, I always treat my clients the way I want to be treated. I want somebody there. I remember when I had my manufacturing company for 22 years, I was looking for a web designer, and they were like, charging a fortune, and I could never get the help I needed. So we try to find platforms like GoDaddy, WordPress, and try to make it so that it's easy for you to access and update when you need to. And you're not dependent and relying on somebody else. You should be in control of your business. It's so important. Next, we have another, actually, she's a sponsor of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. We have a beautiful website, Magnitude Jewelry, with Dr. Tracy Diner and Candace Lauren. They're co-partners. And I fell in love with this jewelry line because it's a magnetic therapy jewelry. It helps increase your wellness vitality, because we're always in front of the screens and on our mobile phones. I had migraines, and so I was referred to them, and they became my client, and we kind of cleaned up everything, social media, website, and so forth. And so that's their website. You can visit them, magnitudejewelry.com. They're also a sponsor of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. You've interviewed them a few times, right, Camille? Dr. Diner. And so she's always supportive. Great way to make extra money, by the way, guys. They have a great program for you to work from home and, sign up, and different packages to sell the jewelry. I happen to be a gem as well. So if anybody's interested and wanted to connect and be involved in that, I can help you with that. But yeah, I mean, it's just amazing what you can do with websites. And if it's clean, if it's focused, if it's, and you have access to it. So basically that's a wrap, guys. Try to keep it under an hour. But my name is Charn Pennewaert. My husband's Belgian, so there's the Pennewaert. I am the founder and CEO of MediaStream, and we do multiple things. We do website design, social media marketing, ad campaigns. We run, we do video editing, graphic design, you name it. For me, it was important for me to understand everything, all aspects of a business, so that I can give the most I can to everyone. Just wanted to let everybody know we do have a special offer for our Holistic Chamber of Commerce members. You each get $200 off if you're interested in starting a website. We have different packages that start from $1,400 up to $18 and then $35. It really depends on what you need, the kind of customization. But in the end, we guarantee you'll be happy. That's super important for us. You know, for me, the Holistic Chamber of Commerce is a family for me, and I'm there to help. I'm there to educate. In fact, I see a number of comments on the side. Hello, Jessica Crown from Newport Beach. You're just down the street from me. Nice to see you. And of course, there's Melissa. And where are you? Lime Fight Foundation. I love working with foundations. We work with a number of nonprofits and a lot of holistic holistic members that are, you know, Lyme specialists as well. So I kind of understand that space. And of course, we have Judy. She has a question. Do you mind if I answer that, Camille?
Oh, go right ahead.
Okay, for Judy, I would say if you have a competitor that has a friend who's spamming your Facebook, you definitely want to see what they're putting in as reviews and block them and report them to Facebook. I mean, that's what you need to do. Block and report them to Facebook. Their account will be flagged. They will not be able to see your posts anymore or have any activity on Facebook. So I go that route. I would not respond in any way negatively in a comment to any kind of negative posts. You know, even if you have a Yelp review, I tell my restaurant people, hey, keep it professional and just try to resolve it because, you know, we should maintain a professional level at all times. But yes, through Facebook or Instagram, you can block people and you can report a problem. Go to that setting and you'll be able to contact them directly. So that's what I would do. Do you have any other questions? I'm happy to answer. Oh, there's some wellness summit coming up soon. Everybody should, you know, join in on that. Great. And yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate your time for joining me. I am available. Busy, but, you know, we can always figure out a way to answer any questions in the future. Thank you.
We will be sending out Charn's contact information and, of course, a reminder about the members only special because affordable is good, but a discount is even better. And yes. Charn, I think this was really great. Those were 10 really solid tips, things that people can do with their membership, but even if you don't join, it's all possible. And some of it you can do yourself. So, I mean, really, frankly, I started the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, you know, in my living room with my computer, doing it all myself. And we have grown. And a lot of these tips are the reason why we have grown to where we are and continue to grow. So I really appreciate you sharing everything. And thank you guys for spending some of your time with us, especially those of you who are here live, but those of you watching the recording. And we will see you all again soon out there in cyberspace.
Thank you. Take care, guys. Have a nice day.